What's going on, everybody? Welcome to another episode of the Seattle Mariners franchise here on MLB The Show 19. Today we are going to get all the way through to the playoffs, so sit back, relax, enjoy the ride, and don't forget to drop the like button. Let's go! Justice Sheffield going to get his 28th start of the year. He is 9-6 currently with a 4.28 ERA and 141 strikeouts. So he has had his moments. Let's see if we can have some more moments here. And it's not starting out good as he gives up an absolute jack to Goodwill. That is a bomb, and he is going to start off the Rays with a 1-0 lead. But look at the strikeout there. So moments again being had by Justice Sheffield, just not consistent ones. Ryan Yarbrough going to start for the Rays. He's 11-10 this year. It's his 29th start of the year, and he's got Escalera leading off, and right in between three Rays is where he drops that ball for a single. Here's Xander Bogaerts into the gap. Nobody going to get to it in time. Escalera is going to round third, coming home, and he will get there safely. Look at that, a 1-1 tie in the first inning. Crush Davis comes up and laces one into center field. That one will get cut off in deep center field, but it doesn't matter. Bogaerts comes home, and it's a 2-1 lead for Seattle. Here's Anthony Rendon. He puts one on the ground, and a beautiful double play turned right there by Tampa Bay. So we go into the top half of the second, and Justice Sheffield continuing to deal as just that solo shot, a little blip on the radar. He gets Rogers here swinging, and Justice Sheffield just looking absolutely dominant once he settles in. Another big strikeout on a high fastball to Meadows. That's his fourth of the game. And then another one on a low fastball. Justice Sheffield just absolutely dealing. So now top four is where he has a little bit of trouble just over the head at second base there. It's a bases-loaded situation with nobody away. Rogers, who struck out earlier, will strike out as the first out of the fourth inning here. 6 strikeout for Sheffield. Here's Robertson, and that's over to second. Look at this. A throw right over second base. A huge error. And that's going to tie this ball game up when there should have been a potential to get out of this inning. So here's Zunino. He's going to strike out, and that will get Sheffield out of this one. So it is a 2-2 tie. Bottom four, Mitch Hannah-Grenades. This one's not a Hannah-Grenade, but that one is into the gap, the very popular right center field gap here at T-Mobile Park. And that'll be a double for Mitch Haniger, his 33rd of the year. Anthony Rendon up right over first base. That's going to drop. And Mitch Haniger is going to race his way home, and he will make it on a throw that is not in time and off quite badly. Here's Bobby Bradley, and he's going to get a single up the middle. Anthony Rendon going to come home. The throw looks really good, and it is going to get Rendon out. So a 3-2 lead as we go top 5. Big strikeout again. Meadows going down swinging once more. 8th strikeout for Justice Sheffield. Robertson up now. He will swing through a fastball. High heat. Too much for him. Bottom 5. Escalera up, and he's got one high and deep to center field, and it's out of here. Alfredo Escalera with a big bomb. The leadoff hitter today, Malik Smith, day off. 9th homer of the year for Escalera. It's a 4-2 lead for Seattle. There's a dribbler, and Rendon is off with the throw. A normal, very good defender. Does not defend very well there. So here is a bases-loaded situation, and gonna get out of it. Justice Sheffield escaping some close calls today, but he's been pretty dominant with some of his strikeout pitches. So Jamie Castilla comes into the game now, his 54th appearance. He's 5-4 and over 5 ERA, but doesn't look like it here, as he will strike out Robertson to get into the 9th inning. So now that we're in the 9th, Jamie Castilla's got the first 2 outs, looking for the last one, and a nice grab at first by Bobby Bradley to end the ball game. Alfredo Escalera is your player of the game with his solo homer. Justice Sheffield does get the win on his 6 innings pitch. Good win, the only home run for the Rays. It was his 24th. Yarbrough takes the loss, goes to 500 at 11-11. The only guy not to get a hit on our team was Papierski. And as we end that game, we take a look here at AAA. They went on to win the championship. The Arkansas Travelers win the championship in 5 games. It goes the distance. They get the dub. Good to see our AAA team really succeeding. As we go into the real nitty-gritty here, we're taking on the Athletics. It's a tight division race. We need to get some wins. A couple walks there, and then they just get out of the inning. Blackburn just pitching really good on us, and he does more of the same in the 2nd inning. And then as we go to the 3rd, Base Nakajima, a nice single, but not able to bring him home. Malone's going to get a single for them and another single, and they are going to get a run in the bottom of the 3rd inning as Marco Gonzalez tends to give up some runs every now and again. A 3.88 ERA on the season coming in, and not a great record. Team doesn't seem to give a lot of run support, but we get one back in the 6th inning. Here's Jeff Malone on again with a single. We're going to bring in Henry Villalobos. He helps get us through the 6th inning. Parker Bridwell's in the game now for the A's. And just nothing happening until Matt Chapman hits a solo shot off of Henry Villalobos. And it's a 2-1 game. Liam Hendricks pitching to us now. And he does a really good job. He's getting really through this. Their bullpen is really helping them out as Lou Trevino comes into the game to try and close us out. And he does so successfully. A very low-scoring 2-1 game. Matt Chapman, the player of the game. A solo shot to lead off the next game as Xander Bogaerts puts us up 1-0 early. Jarrell Cotton on the mound for them. Justin Dunn is on the mound for us. He gave up a couple singles, but he's able to get through the 2nd without giving up a run, which is key. Here he goes into the 3rd inning. A very nice quick inning for him. A solo shot for Bobby Bradley puts us up 2-0. There's a single, and a solo shot for Mortero in the 5th is going to put us up 3-0. Some hits happening here, but we do not bring any runs home as the fielder's choice ends the top half of the 5th. Sean Padilla gets a hit, but we do nothing with it. Ramon Laureano gets a hit, and we're going to take Dunn out. We're not going to ruin his very good 5 innings of play. So Caleb Ferguson comes in. He does give up a run. It'll be 3-1. And Caleb Ferguson works through the 7th just fine, but he gives up to Laureano. So we're going to take him out. We're going to bring in Jamie Castilla, and he's going to load up the bases in the bottom of the 8th. So we're going to bring in Joe Jimenez, who gets us out of the bottom of the 8th. Big time pitching from Joe Jimenez there. Definitely needed that clutchness. A solo shot given up by Ken Giles in the 9th, but he's got to get out of this, and he does. He finds a way to shut the door, and Justin Dunn is the player of the game. 5 1/3 inning pitch, only gave up 4 hits. So now we go into the 3rd one. Nakajima with a walk, then a single, then a Haniger-nade by Haniger. 2-run shot, making it a 2-0 game. There's a double, then a single, and that's going to bring him home. A 1-run for the A's. It is 2-1. Xander Bogaerts on base now. He will steal the base, and Mitch Haniger will bring him in, making it 3-1. Here's a single for Bradley. Then we got a couple walks and a run scored right there off of another walk. A single by Nakajima will score again. Another single by Bogaerts will score again. Another single by Crush Davis and Bobby Bradley. We score 6 runs in the 4th inning. It's going to be quite easy to get through this one with a 6 spot. Only didn't score in the 2nd and the 5th. They get one back in the 5th, but it's 9-2. We're not super concerned as Derek Rodriguez pitching this one, and he is going to continue pitching it as he gets through the 7th inning. Parker Bridwell in the game. A 2-run shot by Papierski. We're playing a lot of kids today as Perez is playing, Papierski's playing, Dom Williams is playing. A lot of the September call-ups are playing in this one. And it's 11-2. It's looking pretty good with all the youngins. Matt Chapman gets a double. We will finally take Rodriguez out in the bottom of the 9th. Keith Levette gets to pitch. He gives up a run there, but it does not matter. An 11-3 victory for us. So we take that series 2-3, and you can, or 2-1, that is, and you can see that it's really not going to have an effect on our division standing. We're pretty much firmly the wild card team. And as we take a look through the National League, you can see that there will be a huge last game of the season between the Reds Brewers, which is exactly where we're going to go right now. It is the Milwaukee Brewers taking on the Cincinnati Reds in Cincinnati, both with the exact same record. Winner will go to the postseason. Hunter Green on the mound for the Reds. He's going to give up a hit here to Shaw. Shaw into the gap. That is going to bring a run home. It's going to make it 1-0 in favor of the Milwaukee Brewers in the top half of the first. So Hunter Green looking to get a man out here and get out of this thing, and they will throw him out at first, and it is done. So now we go bottom third. Greg Bird at the plate for the Reds, and he rips one into right field, and that's over the wall into the bullpen of the Reds. Home run, it's 1-1. But in the top of the fourth, Milwaukee strikes back, bases loaded, one out, right down the right field line. They don't bring a second run home, just one, and that's going to bring another player to the plate, and a big hit out there, but a nice grab out in center field. So now we go to the top of the fifth, and this one is back and gone for Milwaukee. Ben Gamel going to hit the homer there and makes it 4-1. So now Diaz up for the Reds in the bottom of the sixth, and he's going to put one into the Brewer bullpen, and he cuts the lead into a 4-2 one. So now Jacob Barnes going to come up. This will be his 64th appearance. He has 2 saves on the year, but he's going to pitch here in the bottom of the eighth to try and get out of this 1-on, 2-out situation, and he does so. So Josh Hader, of course, going to come into the ninth inning to pitch. 52 saves on the season. He's been incredible for the Milwaukee Brewers. And he's going to go up against Winkler and strike him out. And now he gets Suarez, and Suarez going to hit one into center field. That one's back, and it will hit the wall. Suarez only gets 1 base out of it, and that'll bring up Gibbons. Gibbons on the ground and taken care of at second base, and that'll do it. The Milwaukee Brewers will end up in the postseason after this exciting win. A couple home runs there for them. Greg Bird hit his 19th of the year for the Reds. It did not propel them to the postseason. Hunter Green was not the pitcher that was going to get them there, but luck of the draw is luck of the draw. Mitch Haniger leads the American League in batting average. That's pretty much a great accomplishment, I believe. 59 doubles for Bogarts. He was close to the league lead. And we look here, Crush Davis, 38 home runs was our leader. Aaron Judge led the American League with 45. You see Mitch Haniger with 37 there. Also had a very good year. As we take a quick peek at the National League, Carlos Correa hit 49 homers this year, so he is the Major League lead. Stolen bases, there's base on ball, slugging, OPS, wins and pitching. Derek Rodriguez had 15 wins for us. He had 6 losses for us. And Ken Giles had 43 saves. So he was up near the league lead. ERA leaders, we had the number 9 and 10 in ERA between Derek Rodriguez and Yusei Kikuchi. Looking at home runs allowed, the least home runs were allowed by Marco Gonzalez. So he does not give up a lot of long balls. We had some decent pitching numbers, nothing out of this world. The Indians look like the absolute best pitching team, maybe of all time, but we knew that they had 4 really quality starters going into this season. So now looking at some awards, MVP goes to Aaron Judge, Cy Young to Carlos Carrasco. The batting title goes to Aaron Judge. I don't agree. Mitch Haniger had the highest batting average, so he got freaking robbed. I want to hear mutiny. Not mutiny. I want to hear chaos in the comments section below at Mitch Haniger not getting the award that he deserved. Please go crazy in the comments on MLB The Show 19 because they really screwed Mitch Haniger out of an award that he deserved. He deserved the batting title. But Bogaerts will get Silver Slugger shortstop. Haniger does get Silver Slugger in the outfield. But we deserved more than that. We got some postseason awards last year. Hoping to get some postseason awards this year. We'll see if it can happen. As we take a quick look at the National League awards, Pavin Smith, Rookie of the Year. Carlos Correa gets the Hank Aaron Award. Brandon Woodruff, Gold Glove pitcher. Contreras, Freddie Freeman, Ozzie Albies, Johan Camargo, Dansby Swanson's like the whole Braves infield gets a Gold Glove. Hunter Green got Silver Slugger for a pitcher, but he just lost the game that could have gotten them in the playoffs. Kind of ironic. Harper, Abisail Garcia, Brandon Nimmo with some Silver Sluggers. This is the playoff bracket. The LA Angels are coming to T-Mobile Park to take on the Seattle Mariners. That will happen in the next episode. If you're excited, go ahead and drop a like on this video. Subscribe if you're new to the channel and can't wait to see more. We are going to be done with Season 4 in the coming week or so. So get excited, get hype. It's franchise content all day, every day here on Franchise Gaming. Take care, everybody.
You're a pretty little star boy. Look what you've